Carlton Dixon, proud founder and CEO of Reveal Suits. Reveal Suits is just turned 5 years old this past summer. It took about a year and a half prior to that summer of 2018 launch to get the supply chain set up, to get our trademark and licensing set up. So we were doing some behind the scenes work for a bit, but we're officially 5 years old this summer. Things are going well. This has been a turning of a corner year for us. Our partnerships are starting to make us a bit more visible. The brand has certainly started to elevate. We're walking through some new doors with some new partnerships. So things are about to get fun, even more fun. Reveal Suits, we're the only custom clothier in the world, for that matter, that is officially licensed to do what we do on the inside of our suits. We have licenses for nearly 100 colleges and universities, and so we're able, just like you see college team representation on polos, on t-shirts, on sweatshirts, we're authorized to do that inside of our suits. So that makes us unique, kind of has us standalone. At the end of the day, we're a custom suit company, so you still come and get the custom suiting experience, but you can certainly make it personal with whatever it is that you're affiliated with. The Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, we've been their official jacket provider for 3 years now. This is our third class that's coming up, and we've been fortunate to meet some legendary names in the sport, some legendary figures in the sport. This year's class is going to be a fun one, headlined by a Dallas legend, and so we're certainly looking forward to this year's class. We are catching a flight heading out to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2023 enshrinement weekend. This class is headlined by Dallas's own Dirk Nowitzki, and so we are super excited to have designed his jacket. We were able to meet with him back in April at the Final Four, which is where we do the sizing and fitting. So we met with him and his team. Just the nicest guy, the most humble guy. He was excited that a Dallas company was making his jacket, and so we certainly look forward to seeing him and the rest of the class as well this weekend. So this year's jackets will feature individualized, customized linings, and so what the Naismith Hall of Fame wanted this year's class to be able to experience was to be able to tell the story of their journey to the Hall of Fame inside their lining. So you'll see, representation of maybe their high school, where they played, their college, their pro teams. We have some pictures of family members and pictures of mentors and coaches. With Reveal Suits, there's really no limit to what we can do. They can provide as many logos or as many pictures as they like, and we make it and we turn it into a very elegant lining. So those linings look really good. I got a sneak preview early this week, and so I'm excited to see the reaction of the class members when they see the linings. They haven't seen it. They provided us with the teams, with the representation that they wanted, with the pictures, with the logos. That came directly from them, but they have not seen it come to life yet. And so it's going to be, they were emotional when we told them what was going to happen, when we told them what the linings were going to be and what the Hall of Fame wanted them to be able to do inside their linings. So they were touched right then. And so to see it come to life, I can't wait for that moment.
And you get to be there.
And I get to be there for it. Oh yeah.
Is this your first time going to this ceremony?
Oh no, I've been every year. Each year, yes. Always. It's always a good time. It's a surreal moment for me as a former basketball player. I'm looking at guys that I may have tried to copy some of their moves, or I remember certain games that they played, and so for me, as the basketball kid side of me, it's very surreal looking at people that I admired and watched growing up. And now we get to make their jackets, and so it's very special. So when he walked in the room, the thing about it, when they see us at the fitting, their guard kind of comes down because they look at us like we officially belong in this room because we're a partner of the Naismith Hall of Fame. And so when he walked to the table, ironically, it was kind of like two old buddies, just chatting it up because he was already looking forward to sitting with us and talking with us. And so the starstruck moment did occur, but it quickly turned into, just a great chat. And we were excited just to let him know what he was going to be receiving, how the process was going to go. And he had a ball. And we had a ball just talking with him. So his jacket, he will represent the old Dallas Mavs logo when he first got drafted, and then the new towards the end of his career. So you'll see some representation of kind of the journey of the Dallas Mavericks branding, and then he pays tribute to a couple of his Germany affiliations. The coaching school over there that his coach founded, the German team that he played for. There'll be some tribute and representation to Germany in there for sure. It's a pretty cool mix that he went with.
Story of the Hall of Famer.
Story of the Hall of Famer. How they came to be. I mean, there's some amazing linings that you're going to see. Some really special linings that you're going to see. This year is even more special too because in addition to the current class that's going in, the Hall of Fame, they decided to buy the new Naismith jackets for their living Hall of Famers. And so there's going to be some presentations to some very legendary names this weekend who will be seeing their new Hall of Fame jacket designed by Reveal Suits. Reveal, it's, kind of speaks for itself, right? You have a closed suit such as I have right now. And then when you want to show that pride, show that representation, show, hey, this is where I win, or this is my favorite team. I'm representing one of our HBCUs, Florida A&M today. When you're ready to reveal it, you open it up and you show it. And when we were talking about, what the name was going to be, we went through all kinds of names, different translations of fashion and suits, and then one person on my team, they were just like, what about Reveal? That's what we're doing. We're just Reveal Suits. It works.
Simple and
it works. Yep. And it tells the story of the brand. All right. So we love it and didn't look back. I'm a South Dallas raised kid, graduate of Lincoln High School, single parent, inner city. We didn't have it all, but we also grew up in a household of no excuses, and you can be whatever it is that you want. And so I was fortunate to, again, just grow up household, just those values, amazing mom, single parent to me and my sister in the household. We were both, pretty good athletes, I'd like to say. We both went on to play college basketball. And then, ironically, we both came back to Dallas to become educators. My sister's by far the better coach in the family than I am, but we both just have a love for, or we all just have a love for giving back, a love for our youth, a love for making a difference. And I wanted to carry that over even into this business. When we're seeing young men, young women, football teams, basketball teams, perhaps getting the very first suit that they've ever gotten. So now this is a way to impact. This is a way to empower young men and young women, which again has just kind of been a constant theme of what I've been about and what we've been about. So, I'm a laid back guy who still loves to play basketball, loves music of all kinds, but right now this has definitely become a passion and a purpose.
you've come a long way since we met.
You remember. You remember, yes, absolutely. It's been a journey. We weren't sure. I think we met after the pandemic, but we weren't sure we were going to still be in existence after the pandemic. You think about the pandemic, the suit industry is probably the worst industry to be in when everybody's sitting at home in front of a computer screen. But we're fortunate to have, some great relationships with the colleges, and again, some of our partnerships. Those 18 months, you call it, we were able to sustain, and then we're able to come out, and proud to be in our new showroom now. And so it's certainly been a fun ride. But yes, we have come a long way since we met. We bring our clients in, we sit, they let us know, just kind of maybe what they're looking for. Maybe they tell us they're looking for, to stay in the family of the blue color or the gray color. But some may come in and say, hey, I'm all yours. And we show them just different fabrics, maybe different fabrics that may work based on their skin tone, or based on, just kind of maybe their occupation, just anything like that. But we talk exterior fabrics, we talk interior lining. If the collegiate team type of lining, maybe that's not for a person, and so we have a book of about 100 standard stock linings, your solids, your paisleys, your pinstripes, so we can do that as well. We have about 50 button options that people can take a look at, and so they build their suit, fabric, interior, buttons. They tell us how many buttons they may want, a 1-button front, 2-button front, flaps and no flaps on the pockets, different suit styles that we can offer as well. And then we get them measured up, we get them sized. We take about 18 to 20 different measurements. We measure everything from biceps to your forearm, to your wrists, to your thighs, your calves, because we want that suit truly fit for you. And then from a turnaround time standpoint, that client, they'll have their suit back in about 3 weeks. And we come back in, we have a tailor here on site. We allow them to try their suit on, make sure there's no, minor adjustments that we need to make. And then that client is built into our system. And so that client at that point, they can just either come back in, or they can call us, email us, say, hey, I want a navy pinstripe. And we already have the measurements, and bam, 3 weeks later, that second suit will be at their doorstep. So it's a pretty fun process. We love having clients. We love sitting with clients, again, making the experience about them. They're building their suit, and we love doing that. We love doing that on our college campuses as well. Again, a lot of times it's those young people's first suit, but it's certainly their first custom suit. And so we just have a ball providing that experience. We like to say we have something for everyone. So we can start with the blazer, kind of in that $350, $395 range. And then, yes, we have our more premium blazers that go up to about $750. And then from a suit standpoint, we could be anywhere $500 to $2,000. So we have something for everyone, men and women. We're one of a few companies who can boast about that distinction as well. We provide true women's suits as well, skirt suits, pantsuits, whatever it is that somebody needs. I'd like to say that Reveal can provide it. Yeah, the vision came as I was watching NBA Draft Night one year, and you see young men getting on stage, doing some creative things with their suits, and eventually guys started paying tribute to their alma mater, what was now their alma mater, the love for their college, saying thank you to their college, right? And, I was just like, my wife and I were just like, wonder if this can be a viable product, right? Still, you don't want to compromise the exterior of the suit. So I still want to provide a nice tailored suit, nice elegant suit. But man, I think you could do some personalization inside. I think you could do something that connects with somebody inside. One of our taglines is where passion meets fashion. People are passionate about their alma mater. People love their Longhorns, their Tigers, their Aggies, whatever it may be. And so we wanted a creative way to be able to show that inside of a suit.